Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another What I Eat in a Day video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kristi. So I actually just got done filming a video, a cook with me video for a Mediterranean style omelet. I'll be showing you that in a minute because that is my breakfast for the day. So I'll put a link down below to that video. By the time you see this, I believe I should have already had that video put up. I pre-film everything and then I have to try and remember the order that I put them up. But in today's video, I'm just going to be taking you through, showing you what I'm having for the day and starting with my coffee. So I have 2 cups of coffee in my new Aldi cup here. I love this thing. It is so big. So I actually cut down on the amount of coffee mate that I'm using. I'm only using 1 point worth of coffee mate in there now. I used to put about 4 to 5 tablespoons of coffee mate between 2 cups of coffee. And I've now cut it down to probably about 3 tablespoons. So I'm only having 1 point worth. And as always, if you're new to my channel, I share WW points and also calories. So I'm going to be counting this as 1 point or about 50 calories. So stick with me and I'll show you what I have the rest of the day.
It's a journey for life and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on.
So like I said, I'm doing the Mediterranean style omelet. I only called it Mediterranean style because I was using Kalamata olives, tomatoes, that type of thing. And I had originally planned on doing feta, but I ended up doing Parmesan instead. So these are the ingredients that I put together. Like I said, a lot of you may have seen this recipe already because I do have the recipe video up. I also put the recipe up on my website, and I also did an Instagram reel for this too. So kind of like a fast video of it. So 2 eggs, some tomato, Kalamata olives, some olive oil, some green onions, and also Parmesan. I kind of split the green onion, put the white parts in the omelet, and then the green olives or the green onion part on top. So this is what my breakfast looked like, and it was so good and so filling. I have some kiwi, some banana, and also some avocado toast. And that's all I was going to be having. And honestly, this is something that will hold you over. I did this kind of as a brunch. So this will act as a breakfast and lunch. More than likely, it will pretty much hold me over until dinner. I will probably just have some type of snack in between. So for the points and calories for the entire breakfast, the points were 7 points for the omelet, 0 for the fruit, and then 2 for the toast and 1 for the avocado. So total points was 10 and I earned back 1. And then for the calories for the entire thing was 536. So for those of you who count your avocado, you can actually have 35 grams of avocado for 1 point. So that's usually what I have. And on that toast, I just put some everything bagel seasoning on there as well. So for my afternoon snack, I'm just having some carrots and hummus. This is roasted red pepper hummus. So I'm just going to weigh out the 28 grams. And then I have about a cup of carrots there. So for the points and calories on this one, it's 2 points for the hummus and 70 calories, and then 0 points for my carrots, but I'm actually earning back a point. I end up having a little bit more carrots than that because that wasn't quite a cup in there. And then I added about 10 calories for the carrots. So my total snack was 2 points with 1 earned back, and then about 80 calories. All right, so I need to share something with you all, and I'm going to try and get through this without crying. We lost our almost 19-year-old Dusky Conure Parrot, our little bird that you've probably heard in the background chirping away for the past couple years, almost 3 years now that I've been on YouTube. So KJ was born in 2003, and we got KJ as a baby for Christmas from a friend of ours who breeds birds. And that was in 2003, and it's now 2022. So she was almost 19. We don't know the sex because in order to find out the sex, you have to take their wings and like do blood tests and everything. And we just never had it done. We just didn't really find any reason to. It didn't matter to us whether it was a boy or a girl. So, but we did find out that KJ had cancer. We didn't want to put him through the surgery. So, when you have a bird for 19 years, you don't realize how attached you get to them. But KJ was awesome. KJ did so many things that were so funny. A couple of the memories I have is, remember back in the day when we had like actual physical answering machines, and the phone would ring and then the answering machine would pick up, and you could kind of screen your calls because you would hear the answering machine going off and then you would hear, you know, the message. Well, our answering machine always said, leave a message. And so KJ started, over time, started saying, leave a message, leave a message. Whistled, loved to whistle, and would say step up when he wants to step up on your finger, or when you put your finger in there, he'd say step up. But a couple funny things are smoke alarms. So the smoke alarm would go off and he learned to imitate the smoke alarm. So then it got to be that every time I would cook in the kitchen, as soon as he smelled food cooking or heard something sizzling in a pan, he would start making the sound of the smoke detectors. And then finally, one of the funniest things was my husband, when he worked for a company that he drove a company truck, he would drive it, home. They would let him drive it home for the night. And when he would get home, he would back up into the driveway, and it had a backup, like the backup sound beeper, whatever it is. And KJ learned the backup sound. But the funniest thing is that he could tell when my husband's truck was coming from like down the road, because all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, Jody's home. I'd tell the kids, Dad's coming home, because the bird would just start making that backup sound even before my husband even got close to the driveway. It was so funny. But to give into perspective, my kids now, my son is 30 and my daughter is 25. And when we got KJ, my son was 12 and my daughter was 7. So it just shows how long that KJ has been in our life, so we are definitely going to miss him. So I'm going to put in just a little clip. It's not even a 2-minute clip, just of kind of like a little video thing that I put together. You want to dance? Dance. I know, no music. Dance! Hear him? He's saying step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. Pretty bird. What are you doing? You want to show off? Can you sneeze? Hey! Hey! What are you doing? Get ready to go to the doctor? Say bye. Okay, say bye. Step up. Where are you going? Where are you going? Say bye. So I hope you like that. So I know some of you, Norma, I know you always comment to me saying, don't forget about the little parrot. And so it's really going to be different now to read your comments. So thank you all. I know, you've been there from the beginning, hearing those chirps in the background, and it's going to be a little bit silent when I edit my video. And I think I'm going to miss that. I'm really going to miss that. So 3 animals in the span of 1 year. So we are now true empty nesters. This is the first time that we have been with no kids and no pets. So I'm thinking it's just a matter of time. So I just wanted to make sure to let you all know that. So let's get back to the video. All right, it is now dinner time, and this recipe turned out amazing. I am going to be working on a cook with me video for this one. It's not going to be up. This video will be up first, but I promise you the cook with me video will be up for this. And I'm telling you, it was so good. I will have the recipe though up on my website, so you can go there and kind of check it out. So in this one, this is going to be a pasta recipe. I've been using this organic brown rice and quinoa pasta, and my husband and I both really like it. So this has a bunch of ingredients in it. I'm not going to kind of go through and show you. I'll be showing you all that in the Cook With Me video, but Anita, one of my friends, Anita, asked me recently if I was doing keto. I think because I've really been showing some foods like my salads and things that have kind of been more, I guess, keto friendly. Some of you mentioned that, but that's honestly just not on purpose. It just so happens to be that some of the things I make are very keto friendly. So, but no, I personally, for me, keto doesn't work for me just because of my digestive issues. I have tried it before and my doctor just thinks for me it's not a good fit. But that doesn't mean that I don't make keto friendly things. So I am putting together this recipe. It is called 4-cheese pasta bake. So it's called 4-cheese because I'm using Parmesan cheese, I'm using mozzarella cheese, I'm using cottage cheese, and ricotta cheese. So if you are dairy sensitive, this one is probably not going to be for you, but you could definitely make some modifications and make it work for you. So take a look at this. Oh my gosh, it was so good. The only thing I would do different, and I'll talk more about that in the Cook With Me, is the cheese. It was just like the round, like whole mozzarella, and I really kind of had to break that up after when I put it in the bowls. But this was so good. And the points and calories on this came out to 7 points. And then I earned back 1 from the vegetables that are in it. And then for the calories, it was only 341 calories for a serving. And you'll see here, these servings are really big. But here's the thing, and I'll be showing this in a minute. In here, I originally was going to do it for a serving of 6. I was going to make 6 this size here. So you see how the mozzarella kind of did that. So I ended up kind of breaking it apart and just kind of putting it all over the whole thing. So the next time I do it, I think I'll break that mozzarella first, break it apart first. So what I ended up doing, this I thought was going to make 6, but they were so big, such big servings that I ended up, after we both started eating, we realized, wow, this is just way too much. So I ended up making it into 8 servings. So what we did is we had it for dinner this night, and then I ended up having enough left over for meal prep the rest of the week. And we were definitely happy about that because, as you can see, there's my thumbs up. This was just really good. So what I did is, after we had our servings for the night, this is how much was left after we both had some. So I just put some more fresh Parmesan over the top of it and just kind of pushed it back down into that casserole dish. And then that way I just put it into 6 servings, put them in my meal prep containers, and then that was a lunch prep for the week. So it was on a week that I really didn't plan on doing much for meal prep, so it worked out perfectly. But like I said, I will have this recipe out, a video for it coming up soon, so be on the lookout. So now I'm having these are my husband's bars. These are called advanced bars. I get these from Aldi. I honestly don't really care to have these very often, just because for me the ingredients in them aren't the greatest for my gut health. So I only have these on occasions. These ones are chocolate coconut, and I just love coconut. These come out to 5 points, and then they're only 160 calories. These actually almost remind my husband and I of like an Almond Joy, like the candy bar Almond Joy. It really kind of reminds me of those. So like I said, just not something that I prefer to have too often, but it is definitely something that I like to have once in a while. All right, so after I ate that bar, we ended up going in the bedroom. We were watching a movie, and then I ended up getting up and I realized that I really didn't have as many points and calories as I really wanted to have. So I ended up having banana and peanut butter, and it was so late that I didn't even think to film it. So I ended up having a large banana and then 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. So it was 0 points for me for the banana, and if you're counting calories, about 105 calories for a large banana. And then the 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is 7 points, and then 190 calories. And I think I forgot to mention at the beginning, I get 27 points in a day. My chicken breast and turkey breast is 0, and also my fruits and vegetables. So here's what I ended up with for the day. I used 32 out of 27 points. I ended up earning back 3 plus 1 for the water, so earned back a total of 4. So that means I ended up using just 1 weekly, and then my total calories was 1,462. I try to shoot, if I'm watching my calories, I try to shoot for between 1,500 and 1,600, but because I really ate a good amount of food and a good mix, a good balance, then I'm okay with it being a little low, especially if my WW points are up there. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.
It's a journey.